Hi everybody, Happy New Year to you all. I hope you're all well and you're faring well in this new year and it's cold and you're keeping warm and above all well hydrated and well nourished. Well, I just wanted to make this vlog after I spent today as an inpatient last week and I was talking to patients about quite a few things as you do when you sat on a ward. There's not much to really do. So in the Bay Area I was in, we started talking about all things from football. Then we got to food and obviously hospital food. Um, Pictures were shown around on people's cameras of great food and poor food. Sadly, I'd had an experience on over the Christmas festive period of some poor food. But anyway, let's move on from that. Um, So I took the opportunity to say to them, well, what would you like? What are you looking for when you're in hospital? And lo and behold, the last 9 yards came to part. They didn't use that, but it is the last 9 yards of service. The correct cutlery, correct plates, puddings not served with uh, saucer on the top, or a teaspoon given for a soup. And the worst is giving a soup spoon then for things like yogurts and ice cream. There's a real dichotomy of that. People want ice cream, more ice cream, which was interesting for desserts. And yes, they are judging against a very high class. I think some of them were shocked when I actually told them how much caterers have a day to feed patients for cater for them, and that really did come home as somebody said that means prisoners get more. Sadly, yes. So, what did they actually want to eat? Well, nourishing food, really, food that they knew could get them well, uh, things that they are used to. So, fish and chips on a Friday was really one that really did come out. They all said, fish and chips on a Friday, whether they eat them at home or not, is really something they'd like to see when they're in hospital. A roast dinner. A lot of debate was had about Yorkshire puddings, even on non-roast beef meals. So one there for caterers to think of maybe. We actually look at putting a Yorkshire on there. Things that really did lasagnas, cottage pies, chili con carnes, chicken Kievs, things that you really are modern. Handhelds came quite high up, really did, and that's not just a cold handheld, that's hot handhelds. Toasted sandwiches was a big debate. Could caterers do toasted sandwiches? Uh, could they do poached eggs on toast, something on toast, scrambled egg on toast? I remember the days when I was a chef in the NHS, we used to do that, and that was popular, but that was fresh cook. So there's some challenges to be had um, there. But again, it was all traditional food. There was the age group was all different. I was probably the eldest in the group at 60. Yes, I know I don't look 60. Thank you. But one of the other areas was around quick food, pizzas, burgers, but a proper burger in a nice bun with proper garnish. Garnish actually did play a big part, and I actually clarified that. Did they mean garnish as parsley sprinkled on the top, or sliced tomato where it's appropriate, side salad, or did they mean tomato ketchup, brown sauce? And actually, no, they class those as condiments. So they were actually looking exactly at that. Things that enhance the food, make it look more appealing to the eye. Um, we had the debate about plates, whether they'd got blue plates, white plates, yellow plates. We had that debate. I raised that, and it was quite interesting. Some didn't give really weren't nonplussed on it. It was really about the quality of the food, improving that, and ensuring that portion sizes were what they wanted, of a good size that met the needs of both females and males. Now this was populated all males. It wasn't a mixed ward. It was genuinely all males. So quite a bit of bias there, but I'm going to run another one in a couple of weeks' time when I'm not an inpatient and go back and see whether that trust will allow me in to speak to some group of female patients, including maternity patients who are not ill as such. They just bring in life into the world. So it was an interesting mixture, really. I guess for me, it took home things. People still want one comfort food they know. We talked about plant-based food. Yes, for the youngsters, there was two younger ones in there. One was mid-20s, one was 30. As he put it, half my age, as he kept saying. We were having a laugh over that. So, but they were saying that they wouldn't want to eat a whole plant-based diet, because that's not what they eat at home. They are generally meat eaters, but they certainly eat more plant-based now than they've done before because of the improvements. So again, a watching brief, but it does go in the, where we've seen over just before Christmas, Professor Tim Spector and co looking to have pure plant-based menus in hospitals. What they did want is the younger ones curries, but hot curries, and spaghetti bolognese, that type of thing. So again, real difference of opinions, but it is coming back to traditional food. Soup, a lot of them only wanted one soup a day, but to make it not whisk and serve, to make it a really good substantial soup, served with a crusty roll or a nice slice of bread, depending on what you wanted, but give you the option as the patient laying in the bed. Hot toast, they would like hot toast as a snack, not just at breakfast, and with butter, as well as spread and preserves with it as well. And obviously the one that splits us all is Marmite. There was quite 3 out the 6 in there wanted Marmite. I was the 7th person in the bay, so I actually advocated that I didn't want Marmite. So it was looked at. We did again have a bit of a smile over that. So that's it, really. I guess where I'm coming from, this flies in the face of people who are saying we must have plant-based only. We mustn't have choice. We should dictate what's on the menus to people. No, it is about choice. It's very age led, and I think menus have got to stay as currently as we are, but listen more to those patients. Handheld is something I will take away, and it's not just the traditional hot handhelds as just the toasters. It's things like, could we do duck in them? Could we do veal? We talked about veal. Again, some had never even had it. I think just me and one other had veal, and venison. So we talked about venison, and that was really brought down to earth. So we did talk about all sorts of meat. We even discussed rabbit at one stage. So would that be a substantial meat? Now there was only 2 of us who'd actually eaten rabbit. So again, it's a real dichotomy of views. But where I'm coming from here, it's all about that comfort food. Listen to your patients, act accordingly, but look at maybe changing to the handhelds. Some handhelds, instead of just sandwiches, look at hot handhelds, and patients will be happy. Look at ice cream, improving the ice cream. Hot desserts, now that did split. There was still this crumbles and pies split, but they did want hot desserts, and they wanted it with fresh cream more than custard. I guess that's something now that's coming in. I'm seeing we see it in restaurants where they'll say it's with fresh cream. So again, I know one trust, that's Addenbrooke's, who do fresh cream. I'm sure there's more out there, and I'm sure no doubt people will tell me that. So that's where we are. That was my day as an inpatient, talking all things football, talking all things food, talking all things NHS, and talking all things politics, as you do when you sat there. So take care, everybody, and I'll update you shortly. Bye.